Hi there, parents. Hey, I wanted to check in with you. I thought this would be an appropriate time to do that as we get this week started with e-learning. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you were able to celebrate the holidays if that's what your family does, and find a way to make some meaningful family time out of it, even though it was quite a bit different this year for sure. So, certainly wanted to connect with you today because of the announcements that were made on Friday. The statewide school closures now through the rest of the year. I think all of us were expecting that. It wasn't a surprise. However, I don't know if it was, if it felt funny to you, but to me, when they actually said it and made it official, wow, that really kind of hit in a different way than I was expecting. So here we are now trying to figure out how to navigate this, but we'll be able to do it. Again, it's not going to be easy, and I know there are lots of feelings right now that you have, that your kids have. Certainly that the teachers and staff have, and it's a lot of sadness. It's a lot of kind of unknown. So we'll find a way to get through this together. But I know we're now looking at all those things that we thought, oh, I wonder what would happen if, and now it's actually going to happen. We think about our seniors in high school who are graduating. We think about all the spring athletes who aren't getting a chance to play this year, and we think about we think about our Sereno kids and what that means to them. So anyway, as you know, we're going to be e-learning for the rest of this school year, so we're going to do the best we can to just keep progressing with that. And we know it's been different for every family. Some families, we're getting really kind of two camps of feedback, maybe you would say. We've got some people who think, this is going pretty well. We're getting it done. We appreciate that the teachers are sending these activities and these assignments because it kind of helps us keep our day structured, and it kind of gives us purpose right now, and it helps keep our family together on some sort of a schedule. So we're glad, and we're glad that you're making the best of the situation. Hope you'll continue to do so. We also hear from some other people who are saying, this is really hard. This is not going well. We're getting kind of lost. We're not doing it. The kids aren't cooperating. It's just not going well. So to you all, we want to encourage you to not give up. Now that we know that this is going to extend for quite some time, we want to see if we can help you in some ways. So first of all, if you're having problems with the technology or the resources that we're sending out or the activities, the links aren't working, I don't know where the videos are, things like that, those are things we can certainly help you out with. So please feel free to reach out to your classroom teacher, send an email, or find a way to connect with them. We also have others. I'd be happy to help. Our instructional coach, Mr. Burkett, would help. Our counselors, Mr. Waller. We've got lots of people who can help you navigate some of those tricky things. If you're having device problems, last week I put in my video about the Parkway Help Desk. They're really good, and they do a lot online. They can actually get into your computer from where they are, and they can help you in so many different ways. So there are resources for that. Some of you are also having troubles. It's not the technology, it's not the curriculum, it's not the resources. It's my kid. My kid's not cooperating. My kid's refusing to do the work. Just kind of that relational struggle that's going on at home because you're both in a new role of a teacher and a student at home. That's not something that either one of you are used to. So if that's the kind of difficulties you're finding right now, again, feel free to reach out to us. We can't come there and do it with you or for you. We'd like to be able to do that, but as you know, we can't do that right now. But we run into those problems at school also. So we do have some strategies and some ideas that might be able to help you and your family. So feel free. I would suggest reaching out to one of our counselors, Mrs. Sweeney or Mrs. Berry. There are many of us who would be happy to help. We have some social emotional behavior specialists who can step in, and some resource teachers. So we have a lot of people who might be able to help you the best that we can anyway. So feel free to do that. All right, now we look towards the end of the year. That's not just about the teaching and learning. The end of the school year always brings activities and special events and concerts and fifth grade promotion. What about our fifth graders? And boy, as that announcement came out last week, it really hit that our fifth graders aren't going to be coming back to Sereno. And that's weird, and that's very uncomfortable for us and probably for the kids as well. So we're going to have to find some ways to address this and wrap up the year still in the best way that we can given the circumstances. So what I wanted to talk about today was just the fact that we don't have answers for you to the questions that you probably have right now with regards to those kinds of things. You might be thinking about, well, what about my kids' stuff that's at school? All the kids have stuff. I've got jackets and lunch boxes and school supplies and all kinds of things. How are we going to get that back? I don't have an answer for you yet, but I want you to know that as administrators and as a faculty, we are considering all of those problems that are bubbling up right now and all those issues that we are going to have to address. Of course, first of all, we're going to have to wait for the guidance of the health officials in our community and also our district officials. So as they start to give us more of a timeline, we'll be able to give some better answers to those kinds of questions. But I just want you to know, parents, we are aware of the many, many hurdles and barriers that we are still going to be facing this school year as we try to wrap up a school year without being at school. So there are lots of things that we have to plan. What about all the transitions? We usually have so many programs to transition our new kindergartners from preschool into Sorrento Springs. And we have so many transition programs to help our fifth graders get from Sorrento Springs to middle school, where they go over and have a visit and they get to see the school day in action. They get to have lunch in the cafeteria. Those things just aren't going to happen this year, but we're going to have to find other ways, whether it's virtually or maybe something later on in the summer. We're going to do our best to try to make sure that we can keep as many of the programs in place that we typically would have in a school year. So another thing that some parents might be thinking as you're doing your e-learning at home and thinking in some ways this is not going well, some of you may be thinking, is my child going to be ready for the next grade level? I mean, I'm not sure that they've got everything that they're supposed to get in first grade this year. That's going to be true for all the kids, not just at Sorrento Springs, but throughout Parkway, throughout the state of Missouri, throughout the United States. So that's just a concern and a burden that I just want to take off of your shoulders today. We will go into the next school year understanding that all of the students did not get the entire curriculum from the previous year. We know that as we bring up new topics, new curriculum for next year's grade level, that we're going to have to backtrack a little bit first to maybe fill some holes that got missed. This is true for all of the kids, so I don't want you to worry about your child thinking they may not be ready yet. They're all going to be in the same boat. When school gets going, we'll of course do our assessments that we always do at the beginning of the year. We'll put interventions in place for those students who need it, and we understand as a faculty that we're going to have to make some adjustments in our expectations at the beginning of the year. So, and that's again not something just for Sorrento Springs or Southwest Middle School for your kids. That's something that's going to be true for all kids nationwide. So just realize as educators, we're ready for that. We're making those plans, and we know that we're going to have to make some adjustments. So again, I'd just like to take that worry off of your shoulders too, if I can. So having said that, we do hope that you will continue to plug along with e-learning and do the very best that you can. Get your kids as much practice as possible. I would just always say the most important thing you can do is read books. And I wish I could say head to the library, but you can't head to the library. We do have lots of resources online. In fact, pretty soon we're going to be sending out a link that Dr. Gray has put together, just a bunch of different resources on there, a lot of different reading things, a lot of, there's everything from coding to some of the zoos and museums around that have activities. So we're just going to do our best to keep pouring resources into your bank of what you have available. So we're going to do that, but at the same time, we don't want to stress you out. We don't want to freak you out. Please don't think just because we keep giving you all of these things, these are expectations and you have to do this. You're going to have to find a way to make this work for your family. So again, parents, we're going to try to provide you with a lot of resources. We don't want to provide you with a lot of extra stress. We know right now you're playing the role of parent. You're playing the role of teacher. You're playing, many of you are playing the role of employee from home, employee who's working longer shifts and having to find childcare at a time when social distancing is making it harder and harder to have any kind of a support system outside of your house at all. We're aware of that, and we know it's different for every family. We also know that just emotions are going to be tough the rest of the way here. So please reach out to, again, our counselors if we can help you with that. We just want to make this as manageable as possible for you and your family. So again, I'm going to wrap it up, but I just want to thank you, parents, for all that you're doing. You're doing something that's no other group of parents has ever been asked to do. You're doing it all right now, and we can't thank you enough. We're really proud of you. We'll continue to wish you the best. And again, we encourage you to reach out to us if there may be something that we can help with. So just know that we continue to be here for you. Okay, have a great week, everybody. We'll be in touch again soon.